greatest sense. I like Alexis. See, I'm, like, okay with Alexis on her own, but I do think it's like, "Okay, but all right, bud, you're going a little hard." I think that's you can't imagine why Shannon's a little sensitive. I don't know, maybe it's for the show, probably for the show,
I don't mind
but
Alexis either. Like, if you take away this thing with Shannon, like, she is entertaining to watch when you compare her to everyone else on there. I find Alexis, like, if she's back next season, which I personally think she will be, like, it's not going to be this again. It's not going to be, like, I almost think in a weird way, Shannon and Alexis could be friends one day. I don't think
I
it's
do
that
too.
deep. I think
Yeah.
eventually Shannon's going to meet some new guy on Hotel Love when she goes there with Luann and in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And she's just gonna, I mean, it's the best thing that ever happened. She'll be like, I don't want this guy. Like, good luck with him. And she'll be happy and she'll be like, "Oh, there's nothing really that bad." I know like Jim sued her and all that, but
No, I know, Jim.
right. I think they're gonna be friends in a weird way.
I do too, and what I like about Alexis, for the most part, is I do get a sense that if you sat her down one-on-one and tried to explain where you are coming from with anything, I think she'd be able to find empathy there. Like, I don't think she's just, like, a bully or a bad person. So I think, like, if her and Shannon can sit down and have, like, a conversation that's, like, a little bit more unguarded, that, like, a John aside, I think that they wouldn't hate each other, I mean, for sure, and I think
Yeah.
Alexis has a lot of compassion.
I think she's
So is
just
Shannon.
in
Yeah.
love and hopefully it'll all end well. And I think she's just in love with John. And hopefully, I mean, they're engaged and maybe there'll be a
I don't know.
wedding. And I
I don't think
know.
it will. I don't really trust John Janssen farther than I can throw him, you
You
know?
think her
I
heart's gonna
don't
get
think
broken. Well, then
yeah,
she'll
I just
definitely be
I
friends with Shannon if that
Yeah.
happens.
well, yeah, and that's well, that might be and I don't wanna hope for that, but that might be the bonder. Yeah.
That might be the
They work
bonder. Vicki,
together.
I don't know. I used to have a soft spot for Vicki. It's I think that's moved. I think your misguided soft spot for
No,
Vicki.
I
Yeah.
know. I
I
know it.
think
No,
the
I know
key
it.
word is misguided, and I'm
Mhm.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I've always used to have I just don't like non-self-aware people. I love this thing where Emily is like,
I agree.
cue the montage, and we go back and we see all these times. Like, I feel Vicky is just not self-aware. I keep going back to that where
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
we
It's
don't
well, it's true.
behave
I mean,
like this. Well, you do, girl. Have you
of
watched the
course you
past
do.
16
Oh my
years?
Yeah.
gosh.
A little in
Yes.
denial.
She and also, I mean, like, look, her coming after Tamra for her relationship with her daughter and the fracture there, like, we've seen her Vicky be pretty tough with Brianna, like, let's not
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's just like, yeah, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones,
Yeah,
but there's something about Vicky, I think she's the type of person that, like I do love a kinda kooky, zany person who has, like, a real signature personality, and I think that I have a character defect where I want to work at people who are difficult, I want them to like me. Like, it's
I
more
get
just, like,
it.
because that sounds
Mhm.
nice, but I don't think it's worthwhile. I mean, I think if I lived in the OC, I wouldn't be a fan of hers, but I love Heather Dubrow. I mean,
Love.
I we need to have a display of wealth, obviously. I have no problem with it,
Yeah.
Me
really don't.
either.
Can't relate to it in the
It's very
slightest,
aspirational, yeah.
but I think we need it, you
I
know?
mean, you live in LA, you don't even live there anymore. It's not a big deal. You get in,
Yeah.
your driver takes you 45 minutes away, an hour away, you film. I mean, I agree. You can't get rid of that type of wealth on the show. And she's also
No.
doing the job. And I agree. I used to have that personality where I get it. I wanted, if you were tough, you still liked me. Like, this person hates everyone, but they like me. I was always
I
like,
know.
I knew how to win over these difficult people and I loved it. And now I'm just like, no, you're just
You're just
difficult.
mean and
And
difficult.
yeah, and like
Yeah,
I
uh-huh.
just am not, I don't want to win you over. But I get it. I'm not taking that away from
Yeah.
you. What do you guys think? Because you would like to watch people go to the grocery store and you don't
I
need
would.
the Monica reality Von Teeses of the world. So what do you think of New Jersey? Like, we're on this pause. You're
God.
from New Jersey, Sabrina. I don't know if
Well,
you
yeah.
dive deep into Jersey
You
Housewives.
know, I recently just moved to a new town. I bought a new house and every person I told was like, that's where Teresa flipped her table.
Yep.
And I was like, we should just
Iconic
have a
location.
pilgrimage here.
We need a
Like,
live
I
show
now
there.
live near the restaurant where she
Oh
flipped her
my God.
table.
Yeah, it's
And
a
it
big
just
thing.
feels really exciting. So I feel like I know those women very well.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
ground zero.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
mean, are
think
you
oh,
happy it's on
okay.
pause, you guys?
No, I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm really not. I mean, New Jersey is one of my, like, most beloved franchises, but I don't know, I don't see a need for a pause, but I do think that, like, I think Teresa and Melissa seem to do fine just, like, being in proximity, but not interacting. The one thing that I will have to hit my head against a brick wall soon is, like, you've never heard a group of people celebrate and tell you who they are, what their values are, they care about loyalty and everything, and the only thing they do is act disloyal, lie, like, everything
Yeah. It's
and they're
tough.
always shouting from the rooftops about ho like, who they are at their core, and then they're never that. It's like, you guys, we gotta stop saying it. Like, we've got to stop acting like we have a lot of these, like, old school values that we don't uphold. Mind you, I don't think anyone wants to go to the old school. So, like, it's a little weird to me when like, we've gotta stop standing behind, like, I love Dolo. I love Dolores. She's absolutely she's gotten better and better for me every season, but I do think it's like, if you tell me one more time you're old school Patterson, we cannot keep doing that, and so it supports, like, bad behavior mostly.
And we all
It's
know
like,
what
it's
that means
used as
by
an
now, right?
excuse,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
that's what I'm like, I don't think anyone finds that okay. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's used as a crutch a lot.
Yeah, I don't know why the ratings were so low this past season. I thought, it was not working with Melissa and Teresa not speaking. Like, I wasn't really cognizant of, like, oh, Teresa's having a party. Oh, now we're at Melissa's. I wasn't really feeling, oh, wait, these two camps
Yeah.
never interacted. Like, when then someone said something, I was like, oh yeah, but I never really felt like, oh, this is weird. It's not all cast. I never really felt that it was enough going on. I mean, I feel like
No, I agree.
I think
I
because of the
I
ratings and it
yeah.
wasn't their highest rated season, like, I think there's something's coming, but I don't know what to do. Like, what would you do to this show?
Well, see, that's the thing that's so hard because I love Melissa. I don't know, I think, like, she's really grown on me, and I just think Teresa's just someone, like, I think she is iconic. She is up there. She's one of the originals. Like, there is a part of me that thinks she is warm and probably lovely to the people that, like, she gets along with. But, like, her co-signing Louis in such a way, her
Yeah.
having no, I mean, when I say no self-awareness, I mean, this is ground
None.
zero, no self-awareness. And then also, like, Louis saying, "I hope Margaret's son suffers." I mean, I don't even know I don't want to know someone who thinks that in their head on their worst day. So for
Yeah.
her to not recognize, like, okay, well, that's, I mean, you can love someone and support someone and say, like, "Hey, hey, hey, it's too far." And she's just
Well,
like,
especially because she's never wanted people to be cruel to her children.